Oh, yeah, we're here. It's Tuesday. It's Rumor and Innuendo. I am Dominic D'Angelo. That is Mr. Robert Karpelis, WD Creative _ish, a former WD writer. Robert, how are you? Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. It's Thanksgiving week. It's the happiest time of the year, unless you're a turkey
Yes.
or you're gluten free.
That's true. Yeah, that could be an issue.
Or you're any man, woman, or child that watched last night's episode of Monday Night Raw.
My goodness, yes. Little Birdie told me that you were not a fan of the episode on Monday.
Well, that little birdie would have been me, since I recorded a very special Something to Sports Entertainment with for the Patreon subscribers over at Working Stiff, where I got to use language you can't use here on the YouTube. That would hurt the sensitive ears of the men and women who join us live every day. We'll say hi to some of those right now. Says, "What's up?
What's up?" Wrestling Old Head.
Fantastic. Wrestling Old Head says, "Oh, happy day, R&I. That mini Cena segment may have confirmed that Vince is back. Not yet sure if it's McMahon or Russo. Bro, he's John Wiener. Because it sounds like he's small and also penis.
It's a double entendre, bro.
It's got two entendres for the price of one. It's a bargain." Trey Owen says, "Hello, R&I. Mello is money. Also, the Continental Classic participants have been announced. They have, and I'm sure Dom has the breakdown, except for the fact Dom forgot to send me the email for this show until seconds before we went on the air."
Oh, that's odd. I sent you an email earlier.
No, Dom, you didn't include me in the earlier email.
Let me look here. I want to confirm.
Which one of listeners? Which one of us do you think is going to be the correct one on that one?
Oh, Robert, I did send it to you earlier. Wait, no, that's a day ago. Jeez, Louise.
Damn it,
Dom. Damn it.
How that hasn't been a shirt.
No.
Like this week is the Black Friday sale for Pro Wrestling Tees, where you can get my creative-ish design shirts, including that kayfabe shirt that I wear all the time. I got to get a new one.
Oh, let's get some. We'll get some.
No, I know I got to order one of mine because the problem I ran into.
Oh,
shirt was too big.
That's right.
I went from an XL to a medium. Got to get a new. I got to get a new kayfabe shirt. I got to update the whole wardrobe there and make that happen. I'll post about that. But something that's going to probably help people suppress a lot of their appetite this Thanksgiving is watching this week's episode of Monday Night Raw.
It was that rough for you.
Dude, this was the old days. This was the whole reason Dan, Scott, Mike, and myself did a weekly show was we were doing Total F and Marks because Raw was so unbelievably awful. Hell, the whole reason I started the WWE Creative _ish X account was I was in law school. None of my friends were watching WWE, and I had no one with which to vent to. And put it out on the internet, and a couple 100,000 people were like, "Yeah, this show sucks, but we can't stop watching it." It was Stockholm Syndrome as wrestling.
So the origins of
get a Celsius. I'm turning the camera off just so we don't get that weird seasick thing where you're like, someone's moving and it looks weird. So I'm here, fully here.
I like the action shots.
Marty not here. Marty's at the groomer at the moment. I'll be getting him shortly. What do you mean? Oh, really? I didn't realize that was like breaking news here. We take care of our resident pets.
Mike Razor has never been taken to the groomer, nor has when I had dogs. I never took them to the groomer.
So you're just like a negligent pet parent. And
that is not true. I gave them all the love they needed. They didn't need to get there.
It's less the love and more the matter of making sure that his nails and teeth are properly cleaned and taken care of.
Oh, see, that's good. That is good. Ooh, cracking that Celsius. Hey, let's crack open that Raw. It started off with Cody and Roman Reigns, Cody interrupting Roman Reigns, and then CM Punk interrupting both of them, and them playing like, "No, I'm the captain of the team. No, I'm the captain of the team." And Roman was like, "It doesn't matter," and then teasing what belt he wanted to go after. Really weird opening segment, Robert.
Dude, this was the laziest, worst opening segment of Raw in quite some time to feature that much star power and wattage. This felt supremely lazy. Like Hunter was already injected with tryptophan and it was, just let him go out there. The segment started, so no one said a word until 8:10 p.m. There
I
was a
made note of that.
package and a Roman Reigns entrance, and then Roman said about 3 words, and then they hit Cody's music, and Cody got a full entrance.
Yeah.
He said about 4 or 5 words, and then CM Punk got a full entrance. I'm all for cheating and padding out the numbers when it was we got to do a 3-hour Raw. We have a contract with USA, make a lot of money. It's Netflix. The show doesn't have to go 2.5 hours. The show could go 2 hours. In fact, if Raw went 2 hours, the deluge of thank you cards they'd be receiving would be stacked up to cover most of that Andre the Giant statue in the lobby.
Well, how about that? Yeah. No, this was a very, very like what? Why are they fighting over who's the leader of the team? It doesn't matter. Like it shouldn't matter to these guys.
It's also the laziest kind of going into WarGames booking of, well, we have to make it seem like there's dissension with the baby faces. Within the term I used on something to sports entertainment with this morning was the augmented reality of professional wrestling. That yes, it may not be 100% on the level, but it still does exist within the confines of the real world. If you're going into a fight with 4 other people against 5 other people, right before you go in that fight, you don't sow seeds of dissension.
Right, it's the go home episode.
Like you're not about to go into there and be like, "Hey, by the way, I got your back, but I might steal that microphone from you."
Right.
I mean, I won't. That microphone annoys the piss out of me. Oh, I despise that microphone. It's so like you're literally about to go like, we're live at the local elementary school here. It's the Mayflower Parade. Which at least would have had a beginning and ending that made sense, as opposed to this segment where Roman just volunteered, "Hey, coming for your title." When I prepared, believe it or not, I did prepare for yesterday's show, reading the Raw preview and saw Roman was opening. I thought, I went to myself, doing my little Conrad nonsense. If I were booking this, and because having sat in that room, I understand, like, you got to get something on TV. My guess would have been Roman comes out there and then have Paul Heyman, the evil dastardly heel, the leader of this dangerous alliance of men, sow those seeds of dissension right away and just say, "Hey, you're on the team with those guys. You're a loyal teammate, just like you were on the Bloodline. And once you didn't have me, you haven't been world champion. And those 2 guys standing next to you, they're both world champions. So I'm sure that your vision is singularly focused on beating us. And you're not looking at Cody, and you're not looking at Punk, and you're not thinking, hey, if one of those guys gets taken out, I can go after that title." Of course not. Even without a wise man, you're a very smart guy. Like something like that. And then it's like, have everybody eyeballing, can we trust Roman? Can we not trust Roman? So if there is someone that ultimately winds up letting the team down, Jey Uso, you feel a little bit more surprised, like there was a little bit of a misdirection, if you will.
Yes, a red herring.
And if you've missed I'm sorry, they're not a sponsor this week. They took off Thanksgiving week because the only thing getting stuffed this week is the turkey.
Ayo.
Look,
they could have even not done anything. What if they're just all on the same page and they're okay and they're ready to fight? Because this is like, you got Brock Lesnar on the other side, you got Braun Breaker, you got Bronson Reed, you got Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre.
You almost didn't have Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, right. And
Brock Lesnar taking that tumble. I don't know. Oklahoma City is clear, like the entire city is clearly built on a Native American burial ground. And every person walking into that building broke mirrors, walked under ladders like Razor Ramon, and then they crossed in front of a black cat that's not your Razor Ramon.
Yeah. Hey, nice. I like that. Yeah, they almost had to change Survivor Series to Fall Brawl, Robert.
I'm glad I was in the middle of swallowing a Celsius, so I couldn't
spit take.
I had to choke back the bile that I had for you at the time that you said that. I wish this was where the end of my frustration with Raw was. I wish that it was, what a lazy opening segment that we just need to pile on extra story when it doesn't really matter.
Right. But no, we had more. We had more that you can talk about. But the first match of the show was the Last Time Is Now tournament. It is Gunther. He took on Carmelo Hayes. Gunther gets the win after what I kind of enjoyed the match and the story that was told in this one. Robert, did you feel
Enjoyed the match? By the way, this is where I'm like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I will criticize our friends at All Elite Wrestling for bad storytelling, bad segments, but boy, they deliver in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Raw, 2 of the matches on Raw, great matches. It did not make up for everything else that we saw. Gunther and Carmelo Hayes, they understood the assignment. We saw the Javon Evans match last week. They're like, let's amp that up a little bit. Cody putting over Carmelo Hayes on X.
Yep.
Carmelo giving him the little, like, that's my captain. This was a great litmus test for Carmelo Hayes. Let's see how this guy can hang in there with a main eventer, with a big guy, with a former world champion. Home run.
And I think he can too. I think it was a great step for Carmelo Hayes this match. I liked it. Really, really nicely done.
Good logical booking. Made a ton of sense. And then Raw was over. One
And
segment, one match.
Hold the phone. We had Dominic Mysterio come out, and he was ready for a John Cena. He wasn't ready for a John Cena show up, and he got a mini John Cena, Robert, peeling back the pages of yesteryear for those Vince McMahon era fans. This is rough.
I'm going to partition in my brain hole.
Uh-huh.
John Cena was played by Psycho. Longtime Rumor and Innuendo viewers will remember that Psycho was, in fact, a guest.
Friend of the show?
On Rumor and Innuendo. Friend of the show. When he had a TLC show where it was about the micro wrestling league.
Yeah.
And he was a great guest. He was with his partner. Mm-hmm. He and her were both really, really sweet. He did the role properly. He went out there. He spoke the way John Cena would speak. They had the miniature stew. They were too cute by half. The biggest issue I had was what the heck was this?
I don't know. It's
who are the ad wizards who came up with this one? Again, you don't just criticize, you give another suggestion. So if the purpose of this segment was John Cena is not going to be here on this Raw. He's scheduled someplace else, whatever. He's not contractually scheduled to be there. We want the crowd to hate Dominic Mysterio. They already hate Dom. When Dom came out, this crowd was not a smart crowd, not making fun of Oklahoma, but not a smart crowd in the fact that this was a smart mark crowd. Mm-hmm. This was a situation where they wanted to boo Dominic Mysterio because this guy is a dastardly heel and we don't like this dastardly heel. When Dom says, hey, John Cena's not here, there are 2 separate avatars they could have utilized. One, you bring back Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder.
Oh, there you go.
The other, R-Truth. R-Truth has been trying to get his balls into the tumbler to be part of the Time Is Now tournament. He is not. He could have come out there defending the honor of his boyhood hero, John Cena, one final time on Raw, and you literally could have done an R-Truth Dominic Mysterio match right then and there.
Yeah.
Instead, we saw what we saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was rough. Didn't even make sense from a storytelling standpoint because he comes out and he doesn't follow the script. Why wouldn't you follow the script if you're in on the joke and then you get attacked and beat up? I don't know. I didn't like it, Robert.
Lou 4237 brings up a good point.
Yeah.
They were also filming the real Stu from behind, filming Mini Stu and John Cena. This implies the existence of a third giant Stu. That giant Stu is obviously Wade Barrett, who's very tall. Stu Bennett. There you go.
Wow, good call. I did appreciate the nice touch of the Apple box, though. That was nice for Stu.
I appreciate none of it. Appreciate none of it.
Absolutely none of it.
We never speak of this again.
All right. Hey, well, let's speak of Rey Mysterio versus JD McDonough. This was fun. I
totally
love Rey
fine
Mysterio.
Match.
Mm-hmm.
I love JD McDonough. Mm-hmm. I love Rey Mysterio. JD McDonough, way too into soccer. I try very hard to keep up when we have those conversations about soccer, and I'm just like, dude, I got nothing.
I got 0 for you, man.
He occasionally comes up with some pretty solid videos of like the chants that they do over there.
Uh-huh.
There was one for like a player, and it was set to an ABBA song, and it was wildly catchy. And it was like an inescapable earworm. So I
Wow.
was a big fan of that. I got to throw this out. So
Go for it. Go for it.
you'll forgive me. I'm here, y'all. Just
There was almost a throwout in this next segment because we had a women's war games teaser. Becky Lynch comes out and she introduces all her team members, kind of disparages them a little bit in a playful manner. And then we get an all-out brawl between Rhea Ripley and her team as well. AJ Lee cuts a promo, and it's chaos. I liked what Becky Lynch had to say in this. I thought she was a lot of fun in this, Robert.
But she was having fun. She was
Yeah.
taking shots at her own. It was kind of like she was negging, as the kids would say.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Term.
Oh, it's a term.
Wow. Well, did you overall like this segment then, or was this kind of like middle of the road for you?
It was fine. It did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
Did you come away from that understanding who the baby faces are? Yes. Do you know who the heels are? Yes. Do you understand that the heels are kind of, horrible people? Yes. The baby faces are now on the same page. We weren't sure if they were. Whereas on the men's side, we don't know if they're on the same page or not.
I just can't get a gauge for it.
It's a mystery. Wrestling Allhead points out, yes, Becky had some Trumpisms during her promo. I was howling. She definitely did. She was definitely channeling. She had all the best promos.
Yes, very much. Very bigly promos going on.
Well, not like that John Wiener. He was not bigly.
Not at all. Hey,
I want some big league chew.
Oh, I like the big league chew. Last time is now tournament match. It was Penta. It was Solo Sikoa. Seems like a good match on paper.
Went flawlessly. What a match. Guys.
No situation went down.
Guys, Pentagon.
Yeah. So Penta.
Anyway, I love that I was clearly right in what they were setting up, because you had Tala Tonga out there, and the guy who's feuding with Tala Tonga, Ray Phoenix, who most likely would have been involved in there to set up Penta and Ray reuniting as they go into this upcoming tag match they're doing with Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americano. Now it's Solo and Gunther.
Yes.
And this is why Vince McMahon hates tournaments, by the way. Because if anything goes potentially wrong, like, you're locked in for so many matches, you have nowhere to pivot.
That's true. It's true. So, and yeah, two heels going at it.
Not only is it two heels going at it, it's two heels who neither one of them can afford the loss. Because if Solo beats Gunther, which he ain't going to do,
yeah,
you just brought Gunther back to beat him. If Gunther beats Solo, it means he's overcoming the MFTs, which is a babyface move. And now you run the risk of turning Gunther somewhat babyface going up against John Cena.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Good point, Robert.
Tough situation here.
Very tough situation. Also, a tough situation was the WarGames Advantage match. It was the Usos. They're teaming up against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. I liked Logan Paul overall throughout this episode, Robert. And he gets the advantage. He gets the win by defeating the Usos with McIntyre. And then we get a little bit more of a confrontation when Brock comes out. Who falls?
So there was that weird botch with Jey Uso not being able to get Logan Paul up. Whether it was Logan Paul's error, Jey Uso's error, it doesn't really matter. It was bad. Not a great look, not a great moment, not a great situation. Obviously, the heels were going to get the advantage. No big surprise. Everybody comes out at the end. It felt like watching Nitro, honestly. It was, let's let the workhorses kind of work, and then all the big stars are just going to walk out with the last 30 seconds, and all you hear is like Shivani just yelling, "Funds are out of time! Stay tuned for Trouble in Paradise!" Boom.
Man. Also there was a couple backstage segments we had. We had Maxine Dupree and like her like almost Wizard of Oz excursion that she went on, where people would pop up and be like, "Hey, I want that title." We had Ivy Nile. We had Roxanne Perez. This was kind of a weird segment, but I'm optimistic for the future of Maxine Dupree, Robert.
Yeah. Her and Ivy Nile is fine. It was a good reminder that Ivy Nile is even there, because the rest of the American Maid seems to have been floating. They're like floating in like the infinite abyss somewhere.
Yes, no sign of them at all. We had New Day actually appear as well. So
glad to see that. I don't know why put the tag titles on AJ Styles and Dragon Lee.
it's a good point.
You put it on guys who are really entertaining to let them continue to go wrestle.
Yeah.
See, now I can't unsee Wrestling Old Head just referred to Ivy Nile as buff Christian Chenoweth.
Oh my! I
Not going to be able to unsee that.
Wow. Oh, man.
We're not going to do much better than that, Tom.
I don't think
that was Raw. Oh, and Stephanie Vaquer, who's a tremendous wrestler, being just used in a backstage pre-tape.
Yeah, that was it. It was a part of the course Raw. I didn't think it was horrible, but I could understand why you would think so, though.
Did you watch the opening segment that went 22 minutes and nothing occurred?
That was rough.
Did you watch the Dominic Mysterio segment? Did you see the Penta match where Penta got injured? Did you watch Brock Lesnar coming out finally with Paul Heyman, and he went ass over tea kettle, and he did a tumble like Willy Wonka?
He did do a tumble like Willy Wonka. Maybe that's why I kind of liked it. I'm a big fan of Willy Wonka. Gene Wilder.
And that is your go home for Survivor Series. Yes, there's SmackDown. Was SmackDown taped last night? I didn't even look. Or is it live on Friday?
I don't think it was. I didn't hear anything about it, at least.
Because usually they try to give the guys off at least Thanksgiving, but I don't know. Over on the other channel, All Elite Wrestling announced their bracket for my favorite thing ever.
It's the Continental Classic, Robert. What are the stakes, though? That's the big question. What is the payoff for all this? But we do have names like Jon Moxley. We have Darby Allin. We have Kyle Fletcher. We have, who else was in there? I'm thinking of Okada, Takeshita. So we got a little bit of drama going on. Some other.
You're naming the names. I don't know. Yeah. So there's not. It's again the Continental Classic is a fantastic tool for Tony Khan to do what he does really well. Dump all the action figures onto the floor, and let's sit this guy versus this guy. Why? I don't know. Continental Classic.
That's why.
That's all it is. It's who are the guys that you just want to see go out there and wrestle and let it eat up quality TV time and just give you really good matches. The Continental Classic last year was a great showcase for Shelton Benjamin. It gave you a lot of really fun back and forths. I think that you're going to get to see some really unique and interesting matchups out of the Continental Classic at a point in time where the rest of AEW storytelling is like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. Is there a certain way you would lay out? If you were beleaguered with the job of booking out and laying out the Continental Classic, how would you handle something like that for AEW?
I mean, you would need to look at the next several weeks of television and which matches are kind of the big ones and which ones are the duds and which ones should be saved for a pay-per-view or which ones are, you're lesser than. Again, I don't have the bracket in front of me, so I can't even see who's in what. You don't need to show it. It's fine. Okay. But essentially, you're hopefully, ideally, you've already laid it all out in a sense of, well, this is going to lead to this story, this is going to lead to this story, and this is going to lead to this. Knowing everybody theoretically has to wrestle everybody at some point in time.
Yeah.
And you also have to make sure you keep track of the math. There was that time TNA did that one year, and they miscounted. And it was like they realized like someone had such a mathematically high advantage that there was no way that they could have lost. Right. And they were like, oh no. Because what do wrestling fans hate, Dom? Math.
Math is horrible, everyone.
Yes. Math is horrible. What's not horrible? It's Rumor and Innuendo.
Yes.
It's a little television show, YouTube show, whatever the hell you want to call it. Podcast. We're on so many different forms. You can catch us every Monday through Friday live at noon Eastern on a plethora of platforms, including WW_Creative_ISH X account, the @SEScoops X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, and on YouTube and Rumor and Innuendo ad-free shows and podcast heat. You can also catch the audio version of Rumor and Innuendo wherever you get your podcast, which reminds me, my best friend was listening to Working Stiff, which is available now. The ad pops up in the middle of a sentence. So, yes, Spotify or whatever needs to do better. I was in the middle of saying something, and it cut to an ad for Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Hey, come on down, Lancaster.
And it worked because then he was talking to me about Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And And I was like, okay, well, that's the value that you get when you advertise with us. But we'll be back here tomorrow. We will definitely be off Thursday and Friday as we will be stuffing ourselves with turkey. So on behalf of I was gonna bury the guy. It's Thanksgiving week. Let's be nice.
Let's be
On
thankful.
behalf of the greatest wrestling producer I have ever worked with, Mr. Dominic D'Angelis. It's a pretty low bar. Like John Wiener could have cleared that bar. I'm Robert Karpelis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I'm like the Albert Pujols of producing.
Shh.